Meals with Mika. This is an impromptu cooking. It's cold outside, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I cook a big pot of delicious stew and warm everyone up? Today we are making chicken waterzooi soup, which in essence is a chicken stew. And this is actually a Belgium dish. Bet you didn't know you like Belgian food until now. This dish is very, very, very vegetable heavy. Let's go through all the ingredients really quickly. Okay. We have leeks. These are big, oniony, beautiful vegetables. We have leeks. We have some carrots. Oh, let me pull them. We got carrots. We also have parsnips. Parsnips are a really good alternative to potatoes and also turnips. So we have parsnips, which are pretty starchy. We have onion and we have celery. Okay, these are the base vegetables of the dish. So as you see, this dish is very, very, very vegetable forward. And then we have some chicken thighs. Now I have, these are bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs because we are going to use these chicken thighs for the broth. Let me throw this away. So hello everyone. Everyone, if you're just tuning in, you are making meals with Mika, and we're going to get started on this soup. Now typically this soup takes around 3 hours. However, I have perfected it to the point that I can get it done in like an hour and 15 minutes. All right, so we're going to continue. Well, let's just continue to let these get room temperature. And we're going to start by slicing our leeks. Now, leeks, they are pretty dirty. I rinse these off, but when I chop them, you'll see that there's going to be some dirt in between, and that is totally fine. If you see dirt in your leeks, you do have to chop them. Okay, hold on. Watch my leeks. I got to go get a strainer. I totally forgot my strainer. Sorry, guys. It's like way back here, too. Okay. Okay, you still here? Okay, I'm sorry. I totally forgot my strainer, but we're going to chop these leeks. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, we're going to use these at the base of our soup. And everything is edible. The green part right here, this is a little tougher, but this is totally edible, and this is the flavor. So we're going to chop 2 leeks, and we're going to go all the way down to the white. Okay, all the way to the white meat. Hello, hello, hello. Those that are just tuning in, we are hanging out, making a creamy chicken stew on this cold, wintry Friday. I really appreciate you all hanging out with me. And this is still going to be considered low carb, even though I do have some parsnips in here. This recipe is still considered low carb, so you can indulge. Okay, hello, hello, hello. Then I'm going to go to the chat. Hi, how is everyone doing? I appreciate you guys saying hi when you enter. You are making meals with Mika, and we are live on this Friday making a delicious, homey, thick chicken stew. So I just cut my leeks, and I have to rinse those off. Okay, if you guys are using leeks, make sure you rinse the leeks off. We have to get the grit. We don't want grit in our soup. All right. So I'm just shaking them over here in my sink. Hello, hello, hello. Daughter of the Most High God. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, as the leeks are just, draining a little bit, I'm also going to cut 1 whole onion. Okay, you see what we're doing here? We are layering flavors. The leeks have an oniony taste, but to me they're a little more savory. They have a little more flavor. And then we're going to dice this onion, and the onion and the leeks are going to go in with the chicken, and we are going to make our broth. So I am just doing a big dice on these. It's not a really small dice on the onion, because we're going to use this as flavor for our chicken. Okay, and we're making this broth from scratch. If you've never had chicken waterzooi soup, you are in for a treat. If you like chicken noodle soup, like who doesn't like chicken noodle soup, right? So this has the base of kind of like the chicken noodle soup. There's no noodles in there, but it does have the onion, the carrot, the celery. So it's going to put you in a mindset of a chicken noodle soup, but it's a little thicker and richer and a little more delicious. Okay, so we have our pan here and it's already a little warm. We are going to put about 1 tablespoon of, this is avocado oil, but you can use olive oil if you like. I wouldn't suggest using butter just yet. The butter is going to come in a little bit later. But right now we are going to saute our leeks. And that's perfectly fine because I left a little water. We're going to saute our leeks and our onions. Okay? The onions. We are building the base of this delicious chicken stock. Ooh, this is where it all starts, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are making meals with Mika, and we are making a delicious creamy chicken stew. Now I'm just gonna let these do their thing. You know, I'm not gonna mess with them too much, and let's season this chicken because the chicken is going in here. So we're going to keep an eye on that. I'm just going to push that to the side. And let's get our chicken. Okay. So we have 1.5 pounds of bone-in. I'm moving this. I'm sorry, guys. We have 1.5 pounds of bone-in skin-on chicken thighs. Those of you that are just tuning in, hello, hello, hello. You are just in time. I have the base of this chicken waterzooi soup. It's just got started. I have some onions in a pot, and we are about to season these chicken thighs up. You can use, now I'm always going to give you alternatives to my recipes, right? I'm going to say chicken thighs because chicken thighs have the flavor. They're fatty, they're meatier, they have the flavor. If you want to use chicken breast in here, you can. They're going to be a little drier. You can use a whole chicken. In the beginning of this, I said this soup typically takes around 3 hours. However, I have shortened it. I have crafted the cooking time that this can be done in about an hour and 15 minutes. And I did that by, instead of using a whole chicken, we can use some chicken thighs. Hello, hello, hello. We have, is it Tamir or Tamara or Tamara? I want to say your name right. She says hello. Well, hello. Thank you for speaking. I appreciate that. Now, with our chicken thighs, we are going to season these. Okay? We're going to season both sides because both sides need love with some salt and black pepper. Okay, that's one. And then I am going to just add a little more razzle dazzle to this. We are definitely going to go in with some garlic powder. If you guys have been following me, you know I love garlic powder. Okay, so we're going to go in and season with some garlic powder. And then we're going to do some onion powder. Okay. And that's it. We're just going to keep it very, very, very basic. Our chicken thighs. All right. Now you want to make sure that your chicken thighs are room temperature as well. We want the chicken thighs nice and room temperature, so we can get all of the seasoning from the chicken when it goes into the pan. Okay, so go back in with the salt. I'm just going to do everything I did on the other side. I'm going to do it on this side. Okay. How is everyone doing this evening? It's Friday. If you are just tuning in, you are Making Meals with Mika Live, and we are doing a chicken waterzooi soup, which in essence is a creamy chicken stew. Normally I go live every single Wednesday, but since it was cold outside and I was cooking, you know, I just wanted to invite you all in my kitchen. Who's ever at home? We got hello from Jamaica. Hi, Tamara. Hello. Go ahead and drop where you are from in the chat, if you don't mind. Right now, I am in Chicago, you guys, but we have Jamaica in the house. Let's go, Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica one time, and I was in the Ochos Rios area, and it was absolutely wonderful. You guys, do you know that there are some beautiful, gorgeous mansions in Jamaica? Like, I had no idea until I went. Our driver took us around and gave us a tour, and he took me to some beautiful, gorgeous mansions. I'm like, okay, all right, Jamaica. Okay, so we have our chicken thighs seasoned. You see that? You want to be able to see the seasoning, okay? All right, we have, is that booty? Is that booty? Or does it say body? Hi, body. How are you? How are you? And then we have, is that nine? No. You guys, I can't read your full names from over here. I'm, you know, if I say something that sounds a little bit like your name, I'm giving you a shout out. So hello, welcome. You guys are hanging out with me this Wednesday, Friday. It's Friday. I appreciate you all hanging out with me, and we are going to make this delicious soup that you can add to your repertoire. Okay. Ooh. So in here, these are our onion and leeks. Let me show you guys. Can you guys see that? Look how beautiful. Can you guys see how beautiful that is? It's just beautiful. Just gorgeous. So to this, we're gonna build this stock, okay? To this, we're going to add our 5 chicken thighs. This is about 1.5 pounds of chicken thighs, okay? With the bone, with the skin. This is the base of this sauce. Of this soup. This is the broth, okay? So we got to make sure we're adding it with the chicken thigh, with the chicken skin and the bone. Now, we are also going to add 5 cups of chicken stock. And you might ask, Mika, why is your chicken stock in a pot? I'll tell you. Whenever I add chicken stock or any liquids to a pot, unless otherwise specified, I always add it warm. You want to know why? Because I already have onions cooking in this pot, right? The temperature is where it needs to be. It's perfect. If I add anything cold to that already hot pot, is going to bring the temperature down, and then that's going to play around with the textures of the food. We don't want to do that. So whenever you are adding stock or liquid to an already hot dish, make sure you add it warm, okay? That is a chef's tip for you. So now we're just going to let the chicken do its thing, and we are going to let the chicken boil and cook in the chicken stock with the onions, and it's going to create the most amazing base to this soup. Now we have all these vegetables over here, so it's time to get chopping. I'm going to keep this pot in, where you can see it, so you guys have to let me know if I need to go check. All right, so just say, Mika, check, how's the chicken doing? How's the stock doing? Let me know. But right now, that's just going to cook, and I have this on a high temperature, okay? So if you are cooking along at home, you want your pot of chicken in a high temperature. Okay. Now, let's start with this. Now, when I'm chopping these, I am going to place them in a bowl to hold them so you guys can see. So I'll be right back. Okay, watch that. Watch that for me. Why didn't I get this stuff earlier, guys? I thought I prepped for this. I guess I was wrong. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. All right, I had to go get a bowl. So we are about to chop all of our vegetables, okay? This, like I told you earlier, this is a parsnip. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a parsnip before. I'm sorry, guys. I have to get my vegetable peeler. What's going on here? I'm just gonna have to peel it with my knife. But this is a parsnip, okay? And you can use this as an alternative to potatoes, all right? This is still a root vegetable. So we are going to julienne all of these vegetables. Now it's important that we cut these the same way and shape because it's going to add to the aesthetics of the dish, okay? All right, we have people coming in. Let's go to the chat. How is everyone doing this evening? Happy Friday. We have Explore. Let's go. We have Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Go ahead, you guys, drop in the chat where you are from. I would appreciate it. And what is the temperature like where you are? This morning here in Chicago, it was -10, and then it warmed up to a -3. So currently right now it is -3 where I am. I am peeling the parsnips, and this is how you're gonna find them in the grocery store. They always come like this in my grocery store. Okay, so I'm gonna peel these. You can use a knife, you can use a vegetable peeler. I like the vegetable peeler because sometimes when I'm peeling with my knife, I tend to take off too much of the vegetable, and then I'm left with very little, and then I'm like, what's that all about? Just set that up. Okay, let's see here. Parsnips, someone says, Maeve says, parsnips are good. Parsnips are good. Absolutely. Someone says, why is the tip broken? The tip isn't broken. That could very well just be how they pruned it in the grocery store. You know, sometimes grocers, you know, they might cut off stems or things like that to make the vegetables look more aligned or more uniform when they're putting them out. So that's the only reason that I can give that the tip is off, okay? But we are cooking with parsnips. If you've never cooked with parsnips before, you are in for a treat, okay? And I want you to, you know, just get out of your comfort zone, okay? You know, some people are like, parsnips, I've never seen it. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to substitute potatoes. And you won't, you know. We're going to use the parsnips, even if you've never used it before, and you might just love it. So I'm going to cut this in half. Okay, I'm going to cut both of these in half because I want all of these to be the same shape and size as much as possible. Okay, and then I'm going to cut my halves in half. So you guys see that? Okay, and then, so this is just a lot of trimming that I'm doing. I'm going to cut my halves in half again. Okay, did you guys see that? I'm going to do that with everything because we want these to be like matchsticks. Okay, I am testing your knife skills with this dish, and it's okay if they don't turn out perfect. The first time I had this dish and I saw the knife work, I'm like, oh, okay, so we're fancy here. But yes, this soup calls for that type of knife work. If you want to just say, forget it, I'm just going to cut those in chunks. You can do whatever you want to. As long as you have the ingredients in there, you can do it like that. But I am showing you how to cut these in basically little matchsticks. And the presentation in the soup is amazing. Okay, when you just pick up something and and everything is aligned, you're like, oh my goodness, that is stunning. And I'm just going straight down with my knife. Okay? And I'm just starting at the edge. Can you guys see? So I have two right here. I'm starting at the edge. And I'm just cutting little matchsticks. Or little bitty sticks. Okay? And this is the shape that you want. And we're going to do all of them like this. All of them? All of them. And not just the parsnips. We have celery and carrots to do the same way. Okay, someone says check my chicken. I will check that. Let me slice these real quick. But thanks for the heads up. See, I'm glad I have my accountability partners on this live. You know, I have my cooking partners on this live. Now, some of these are a little thick, so I'm going to go in and slice them a little thinner. Yes, you guys, it is that serious, okay? These have to be the same size and shape. If you want, you know, the look. If you don't, go ahead and cut these in cubes. I'm for real. Okay, so we have the parsnips. I still have a little bit more, but someone says check my chicken and I will. Okay, let's go in. Here's the joke. I just bought these these oven mitts yesterday. Every time I go live, I always joke that I don't have oven mitts and I use towels. I keep towels around here, but you know, sometimes they don't work too well as oven mitts. Now I have oven mitts. Woohoo! I'm moving up in the world, y'all. Okay, let's check the chicken. No, it's just doing its thing. The chicken is still very pale. Okay, so the chicken is just like, hey, I'm hanging out, you know, getting comfortable in the chicken stock, getting familiar with the onions. So the chicken is just hanging out. All right, you guys, let's go. Let's see. What's the temperatures like? So everyone has great temperature. Am I the only one with the cold temperature here in Chicago? Because it was all of, I'm going to cut this one a little thinner. It was all of -10 today, okay? So please, you know, check in. Let me know what the temperature is like. And what are you guys' plans for the evening? Right now, my plan is just cooking this soup. So I'm going to continue to do my matchsticks, guys. Okay? I hope everyone has had a great week. You know, I look forward to the weekend. You know, the weekend is just amazing. You get to relax and just enjoy yourself. So I hope everyone is having a phenomenal weekend. It's Friday, so this gets your weekend started. It starts right now, okay? Now, these are a little thick. These are a little chunky, but it's okay. I am still chopping parsnips. Okay? I'm almost done, though, guys. I'm almost done. And then we're going to go to, everything else is going to be easy. I'm going to show you guys the carrots. And then, you know, chopping celery. Like, it's very easy. So, this is how I'm making sure that everything is all even. Okay? And then I do have 3 layers right here. If you're not comfortable with 3 layers, you can do 1 layer. That's fine. That's fine. All right, we're making chicken waterzooi soup today. Let me know what your favorite soups are. And who knows, I might make some. Let me know what your favorite soups are in the chats. I love this soup. This is one of my favorite soups. Also, another one of my favorite soup is Tuscan soup. You know, with the sausage and the kale. That's one of my favorite soups as well. I just love all types of soups, you know, and this is the perfect season for it. Okay, let's go with our carrots. Now, the carrots have the ends, okay? I grew up watching Bugs Bunny. I just aged myself, and he would just eat the carrots with the long stem, and I was like, oh my God, those carrots look so delicious. Okay, I'm going to chop the carrot tops off. Now we are going to save these. Okay, these are going to be saved because we're going to do something cute with them, a little chefy, a little later. We're saving it, the carrot tops, and I'm cutting off the ends. Okay? I dropped something. I always have to pick things up. I just don't like things to fall. All right, so we have our carrots. They're flat. Now we're going to do the same thing with these carrots that we did to the parsnips. But the carrots are a lot smaller, okay? So they're not going to be as thick. And we are going to cut these carrots in matchsticks. Did you guys see how I did that? So this is part of the carrot right here. Make sure you have a sharp knife. You're going to cut that in half, and then you're going to try to cut the halves in halves. Now you do have to have a sharp, all those halves, you do have to have a sharp knife to do that. And we're keeping the skin on because contrary to belief, that's where a lot of the nutrients are in the skin. So I did not use my vegetable peeler to peel the skin of the carrots. I'm going to leave the skin on. Okay, and I am cutting this carrot into matchsticks, just like the parsnip. Okay. Now I just used 2 carrots in this recipe. You can use 4 carrots in this recipe. But you see that? Do you see what's happening now? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? You see how everything is aligning? It just makes your food pretty to eat. Who doesn't want to eat pretty food? Let's go to the comments. We have Tia. Hi, Tia. Tia said, cute hair. Thank you, Tia. Thank you. I am Team Natural. I appreciate the compliment. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are tuning in at a perfect time. You are making meals with Mika live. We are cooking chicken waterzooi soup, which is a Belgian. You didn't know you like Belgian food, did you? It's a Belgian creamy chicken soup. We have our chicken thighs in this pot with some leeks and some onions and some chicken broth, and the chicken thighs is cooking, and they're cooking and making the broth delicious. And now we are working hard on this knife work, you guys. We are making small cuts of carrot, celery, and parsnips. And yes, they need to be in these little matchsticks like this. Okay? They're nice and thin. And you might say, well, Mika, can I buy carrot sticks? You can buy carrot sticks, but they're going to be too big. Well, Mika, can I buy the shredded carrots? You can buy the shredded carrots too, but those are going to be too small. So if you want to make this dish authentically, you're going to have to cut the carrots like this. But every single dish is, customizable. If you're like, I don't have the patience or time or even the skill, let's just be honest, and that's totally fine to cut carrots like that. If you want to cut them in circles, cut them in circles. If you want to cut them in cubes, cut them in cubes, okay? You can, as long as you have the ingredients, you can whip this together however you want to, okay? But it won't be as pretty as this. That's all I'm saying, okay? I'm gonna pull back. All right, let's see here. I love cream and shrimp crab bisque, also beef stew. I tell people to put what they like in the, what kind of soup they like in the comments. And Debbie says she loves creamy shrimp and crab bisque and beef stew. Okay, thanks for sharing, Debbie. I really appreciate that. I love a good beef stew. Okay, beef stew is absolutely scrumptious. So I'm with you on that one. I am with you on that one. Now with the crab bisque and things like that, I am not a big fan of shellfish. So unfortunately, I don't eat that, but I enjoy watching people eat it. I really do. Okay, guys, now all we have left are the celery. All right, and how I'm going to do this is I have this. Now I can just go straight down. The celery is really easy. It already has the lines for you. So if you just want to follow the lines like that, you can follow the lines like that. Okay, so there's no excuse for you not to chop your celery like this, because the celery does it for you, right? So we have the celery. And I'm just going to continue to chop. It is smelling so delicious. Okay, it is smelling amazing in here. And I really do appreciate you all hanging out with me on Friday. You guys could have been doing anything, you know, but you are hanging out with me, making meals with Mika. We are making this delicious Meek Method approved soup, and it's definitely going to get an M. All right. So if you're just hanging out with me for the first time, we have something called the Meek Method, and the Meek Method is how we prepare food. We always choose smart ingredients. Okay, flavor comes first. We want our food to taste delicious, good ingredients and flavor, and we're going to cook healthy. So we're trying to do healthy ingredients. All right, I give you guys healthy substitutes for things that are out there that might not be that healthy. And then when it all comes together, when we have great ingredients and we are super focused on the flavor, and we have healthy ingredients, and we're making sure that it's done with love and care, that's called the Meek Method. And it's definitely going to get it's definitely going to be delicious. Do you hear me? How could it not be delicious following that method? Let's go back to the chat. We have Mabe. I love cheesy potato bacon soup. Yes, all of that. Okay, cheesy potato and bacon, absolutely. I could imagine that soup. Listen, with a little chives on top, a little dollop of sour cream. Don't play with me. That sounds delicious. Some of my favorite soups are this one right here. I love a good beef barley soup. That is delicious. Like I said, I love a zuppa. I love a pozole. Pozole is probably my absolute favorite soup of all time. And it is a Mexican soup, and it is absolutely delicious. Okay, guys, look at these vegetables. Now, aren't they gorgeous? This is why you want to put them in the little matchsticks, because they just look so gorgeous, right? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to add the vegetables to our chicken. Let's check on the chicken. Okay, now I am doing this in my Dutch oven because I found that soups just cook so much better in a Dutch oven. I don't know what it is about the Dutch oven that makes the soups just want to cook better, but they just cook better in the Dutch oven. Okay, this is looking and smelling good. I'm going to give this chicken maybe like 5 more minutes before I pull it out, and then I'm going to add the vegetables. Now, I know I said I was going to add the vegetables right now, but I thought the chicken was done. So typically in a traditional recipe for this soup, you would take these gorgeous vegetables right here. You would take those vegetables and you would put them in the stock while the chicken is cooking, because that's going to flavor the stock. I'm not going to do that right now because we're just going to edit this a little bit because we want this to cook within the time. Oh my goodness, we just had like 12 more people pull up. Did y'all see that? Hey guys, welcome. You are making meals with Mika live this Friday night, and we are making a Belgian Chicken Waterzooi soup, and in essence that is a creamy chicken stew. Right now we have the chicken thighs. They are just like cooking in this delicious broth of onion and also leeks and also a little bit of chicken stock, and that is the base of our dish. I just julienned some veggies, you guys. These are parsnips. So parsnips, you can use these this is a root vegetable. You can use this as an alternative to potatoes. We also have some carrots, and we have some celery. And yes, we worked very, very hard on these vegetables. These are going to go into this in this pot in a second once I pull the chicken out. But in the meantime, in between time, we do have a couple more vegetables to chop. I know I told you guys in the beginning that this is a vegetable forward dish. That means it's going to be healthy and delicious, okay? So we got to put some fresh garlic now. You guys already know we were not making this without fresh garlic. So I am getting 4 garlic cloves. I have the tendency to go overboard when it comes to garlic because it's my absolute favorite seasoning on the planet. So I'm going to keep it light today, okay? And we are going to do 4 garlic cloves. And garlic is always so much fun. All right. What's the temperature like where you guys are at? Drop the temperature in the chat. If you are having a good time, go ahead, hit the thumbs up for me. If you have not subscribed to Making Meals with Mika yet, first of all, why not? Why not? If not, it's okay. Go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll be notified of when I go live, because this was totally impromptu today, of new recipes that I post and also reels. And I'm going to post everything culinary. I post kitchen hacks all the time. I introduce you to new fruits and vegetables and different foods. You know, I just love to eat, and I love to share my passion of eating with you guys. So if you're a foodie like me, and that sounds like something that you would be interested in, and you want to hang out with me, go ahead, subscribe. All right. And if you're a garlic lover, you have to subscribe because, like, you're my people. All right. I have found my clan. Okay. We have Albert has joined. We have Tuesday. Hello, Albert. Hi, Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys are perfect timing. I am chopping the garlic. And I'm going to chop this down really, really fine. So, and since that's called mincing, when you see something in the recipe, it says minced, they just mean it means a really, really, really fine chop. It doesn't mean go to the grocery store and get that little bitty awful jar of minced garlic that's like very, very, very strong. No, I know that says minced, but that's not what it means. It means to chop your garlic really, really, really fine. So smaller than a dice, that is minced. Okay. It's just how it's chopped. No minced garlic here out the jar. We're going to do it ourselves because garlic is delicious and it's fun. Hello. Okay. We have the chopped garlic. I got to keep going. We're mincing it. Okay. I think we might be done. All right. It smells so good. I just love garlic, all right? I love garlic so much. I hope everyone is warm today. I hope everyone is warm. And I'm telling you right now, when this soup is done, I am going to get me a huge bowl of it. I am going to make me some herbal tea. And I am going to sit and relax and just enjoy my belly being very, very warm. Okay, the last thing we have to chop up. Do you guys remember the tops to the carrots? Now, if you don't have tops to your carrots, it's okay, all right? You can use parsley for this, all right? You can use parsley, but this is an alternative to parsley. The recipe calls for parsley, but we do have these really cute, nice carrot tops, and these are going to be the parsley for today. This is going to be the garnish. This is fully edible. Okay, it's fully edible. Now, you don't want to make a salad out of it, you know, but these are fully edible and they're going to look really nice and pretty as a garnish to our soup. All right, and this is a stew especially made for these hot, cold winter days. And it just smells so nice and vibrant. I hope everyone is having a great time. We just have more people pull up. Well, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those who are just pulling up, you are Making Meals with Mika, and we are right in the thick of things. We are about to pull our chicken thighs out, and we're going to add to this pan, and we're going to add our beautifully chopped vegetables to that pan. So let's see what these chicken thighs are talking about. Now, if you were cooking with chicken breast, you would have removed them already because chicken breasts, they have very very little fat content and they cook a lot quicker than chicken thighs. You know, chicken thighs are a little meatier, they're a little fatter, so it takes a little bit more time, and that is okay, okay? Because fat is flavor. We have Trudy. Hi, Trudy from North Carolina. How are you doing? How is North Kakalaki doing? Is it cold there? Did you guys get any of this cold front or no? Okay, so the chicken thighs have been cooking for about 30 minutes. I am going to pull them out. And I'm just going to place them on a tray, okay? We have Mary here. Mary says hello. Well, hello, Mary. How are you doing this evening? Thanks for tuning in. You're making meals with Mika. We are taking our chicken thighs out. Yeah, guys, I know they look a little pale. Don't worry about it. We're going to get them together. They're a little slippery, so be careful. They're very slippery. Be careful. Maybe I should use a spoon. I think how come you guys didn't tell me to use a spoon to get this chicken up? And still I haven't switched. They are okay. You said they're calling for bad weather tomorrow. Yes, I know. It's going to be, I mean, we're in a winter storm. We're in a winter storm. I hope everyone is staying safe. If you do not have to leave the house tomorrow, don't leave the house tomorrow. Why do you think we're cooking tonight? We are making this soup tonight so we can all hang out and just chill tomorrow. Okay, so now in this pot, all we have is the delicious broth that the chicken made. Okay, now we are going to add our beautifully chopped vegetables to this pot. Yep, that's what we're doing. Oh, and we are. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Can you guys see it? You can see it. This is, what did you guys think? This is a hearty soup, okay? This soup is hearty. This is what you eat when it's 0 degrees outside, okay? -10 outside. That's why we are making this today. Now, since we added new ingredients, we're going to have to season. Okay, we season our food around here. We're not going to wait till the end to do just a little splash of salt, a little dash of pepper. We're not doing that. So we're going to add some salt, okay? And we're going to add some pepper. And typically a rule of thumb is when you're cooking something and you're adding a new ingredient, you want to adjust your seasoning, right? The same seasoning that was sufficient prior to the ingredient, you know, with common sense, you know, it would not be sufficient with a new ingredient unless that ingredient is already seasoned. Did you guys get all that? The bottom line is when you add a new ingredient to the pot, add more seasonings. And that is how you ensure that your food is flavored. Okay? I'm just putting you guys on the game real quick. I am putting you on to game. This smells amazing already. It's just a whiff of delicious vegetables just hit me in the face. Okay, I'm going to cover this and bring this back to a boil. Okay, we've been doing way too much. I let it sit for too long and it's not boiling. So we want to keep this at a constant temperature, okay? I'm going to go to the sink and grab some things real quick. We're going to keep that at a constant temperature. Okay, you guys. I'm just filling up something. All right. We guys good over here? Are we good? Now I have my spice right back here. I got to go get some spices. Okay. Are we good? How's everybody doing? Okay, let me take a second. I'm going to go to the comments just to say, hey, someone says We're supposed to, you're supposed to get snow on Monday, Sunday and Monday. A lot of snow is -2 here in Indiana. Mary, you are in Indiana. What part of Indiana are you at? You are in the Midwest. I am in the Midwest. You guys, the Midwest is being hit by the snow, okay? It is -3 where I am here in Chicago. However, it was -10 earlier today, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to say, you guys, we are struggling over here with this heat. I mean, with this winter weather. I'm going to have to warm up a little bit more stock because my soup was looking really, really thick. And this is a perfect teaching moment. So you guys, we had everything all measured out, right? With the recipe that I posted, I said 5 cups of stock. Now I added a little bit more, parsnips to mine, so it made my soup thick. You have to readjust. I didn't plan to make more stock, but I don't want my soup too thick. So now I have to readjust, and I have more stock on the stove bubbling, getting hot so I can add it because I want to make sure that my soup is the most delicious that it can be. All right, so let's look at this chicken here. Okay, while this is cooking, we have the chicken that we're going to debone, and we're also going to flake. All right, if you've never done this before, I'm going to show you how to do it. I just have to wash a couple of things out real quick. Okay. Thank you guys for being patient. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I wish I had the rotating camera, but you guys don't want to see me wash dishes, do ya? How is everyone doing this evening? For those of you that are just pulling up, you are making meals with Mika. Right now, I'm just cleaning up behind myself because you just have to clean when you're in the kitchen, We have our vegetables cooking in our chicken waterzooi soup. And in this pot, we have some parsnips, some carrots, and some celery that we cut in these beautiful matchstick pieces, okay? They were absolutely gorgeous. And those are in a chicken broth that came from this chicken, and also with some onions and some leeks. So this pot is just full of flavor. So this is how I fork. We have to shred this chicken. Now this chicken is going to be piping hot. We just took it out. Let's see. Debbie says she can smell it. Debbie, can you smell how delicious it is over here? You guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be so delicious. Now, right now, I am just removing the skin off of the chicken. It was important for us to keep the skin on because the skin adds flavor. But we don't want the skin in our soup because, look at it. It's like rubbery. It's not, it's not crispy. And we do not eat soft skin, okay? No matter what type of meat we're eating. If the skin is flabby, we do not want it. And that goes for fish skin, chicken skin, turkey skin, all types of skin. We need our skin crispy, okay? So with that being said, we're going to remove this skin. It did its job. All this skin was supposed to do was flavor the broth. And it did. Now, an easy way you can do this either way. You can go in and remove the bone first, or you can just start flaking. And when you get to the bone, you get to it. Okay? So I'm just going to hold this. And you're going to flake it just how the chicken is. So you don't want to struggle with it, okay? And typically the chicken has lines. Let me see if I could. The chicken has lines for you to follow, okay? And then that's just how you're going to flake it. Okay, let's go to the comments. We have Reek. Reek said, I love your earrings. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Reek. So I actually, my plant is named Reek. His name is Rico, but I call him Reek for short. And I'm just going to go in and we're going to flake the chicken. Now, if you see anything on the chicken that you don't like, this is where you remove it, okay? You know, sometimes in the chicken you get that little, what is that? The veins? No, we don't want that in our soup. I mean, if you want it in your soup, keep it in your soup. I don't want it in my soup. All right, so this is actually soft enough for me to handle it. I handle it with the tongs if it's too hot. But since this is soft enough for me to handle it, I would much rather just go in with my fingers and flake it myself. Okay? It just makes it so much easier. You go in there and you just flake it yourself. Okay? And then you just remove it from the bone. Now, if you're using boneless, skinless chicken breast, you just go in and flake it yourself. But of course, you won't have a bone to remove it from. Okay, so yours is a little bit easier. Oh, I wish you guys could smell what's going on now. You guys see this? You see that stream of scent, deliciousness is smelling amazing. I got a whiff when I was talking to you guys. Okay, this is hot. It is okay. These are still hot, so some of them are hotter than others. It looks like I am going to have to use my tongs. And that's okay. So just use your tongs and go in and we're just going to flake the chicken. And we just want to get the chicken, all of the chicken off of the bone. Now you might ask, how big are we flaking the chicken? It just depends on what you want. I like to keep the chicken different, different sizes. Like it's not above me to put a piece that big in there, and then I'll have a piece this big, because the chicken is still going to cook for some additional time, and then it shreds even smaller. So it's okay to have different depths or widths of chicken. Now you don't want to put a whole chicken thigh in there, of course, but all the chicken doesn't have to be, the same size like the vegetables. Now, I was a stickler with those vegetables. They did have to be the same size. The chicken, not so much. Just little bite-sized pieces. Okay? And yes, it is best if you can to do it with your hand. But if the chicken is too hot, you can't. If you want to use gloves while you're doing this, I mean, go ahead. I don't see why you would unless you're cooking in a restaurant. My hands are clean. I'm cooking for me and my boyfriend, so I'm not using gloves right now. But if you want to use gloves, you can use gloves if you want. That's just kind of like an unnecessary tool. Like I said, unless you're cooking this in a restaurant, then of course you have to follow, sanitation guidelines. But I'm not using gloves right now, okay? I don't think I ever saw my great-grandmother cook with gloves, ever. And, she cooked for the whole entire family. See, I just removed the little vein. She cooked all the holiday dinners for the whole entire family, never used gloves. But I did see her wash her hands, profusely. So, there's that part. So as long as you're washing your hands and practicing, clean health, sanitation, you don't have to use gloves. All right, let me check on this soup. It's all in my face, you guys. So let me check on it to see how it's doing. Ooh. It's cooking up beautifully. Oh my goodness. And we're just going to cook this long enough until the vegetables get nice and soft. And then I have a little more chicken stock over here because I added a little more vegetables. So I'm just going to add maybe like a cup more of chicken stock to my soup. Just a cup more, because I added more vegetables. So I've added a total of 6 cups of stock to my soup. All right. How is everyone doing? It's quiet in there today. Where's my Wednesday crew? I'm telling you, on Wednesday, the chat goes crazy. People are talking about everything. I guess the Friday crew is a little quiet today. What's going on here? We got Jay Kelly. Jay Kelly is part of the Wednesday crew. He know how it goes down. We have Mary. Hi, Mary. You have all those goods in your soup. Yes, Debbie, I do. I do. Holler at me, guys. Let me know where you are from. Let me know what the temperature is like there. Jay Kelly said, I just woke up and saw that you are live. Yes, sir, I am live. And today we are making a chicken waterzooi soup. This is a Belgian creamy chicken stew, and it is a perfect stew for very, very cold winter weekend. You guys, I shouted out Jay Kelly because Jay Kelly, he is a consistent viewer on my lives on Wednesday. I go live every single Wednesday, and Jay Kelly has been there from the beginning, so I definitely have to shout him out. And Jay Kelly, I was just telling them that the chat group is a little quiet because on Wednesdays the chat blows up. Do you hear me? We talk about everything in there. So if you guys go ahead and just let me know what the temperature is like where you are. Right now I am hand shredding the chicken. I am removing anything that I don't want. I'm just taking it out. Jay Kelly, Jennifer. Okay, hi Jennifer. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see. Okay, guys, I got one more chicken thigh, okay? One more chicken thighs. Are you guys having a good time? If you're having a good time, just give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and like for me. I just want to make sure that everyone is learning and having a good time. Maeve says she loves soups. She can eat them every day. I can eat soups every single day as well. You know, in the summer, soup is just one of those foods that it is a year-round food. It doesn't have to be cold for you to eat soup. You know, I have some really nice summer soup recipes that I'll be dropping this summer. But this one right here is just a really thick, delicious, creamy soup that's perfect for the winter. And I'm talking about this chicken waterzooi soup that I'm cooking right now. If you're just tuning in, you guys, I have the majority of the soup in the pot, and I am just, I almost dropped it. And I am just flaking the chicken that came out. And yes, Maeve said this is comforting. Yes, it's just comforting. There is something about, you know, a nice warm bowl of soup. It just warms your heart. And you guys, herbal tea does the same for me as well. I don't know if anyone is a herbal tea drinker, but it just soothes my whole entire soul. We have Sheila. Hi, my name is Sheila. Hi, Sheila. Hello. You have a blessed evening. I hope that you are having a great time, Sheila. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Making Meals with Mika Live. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me making this soup. Okay, we are about to get into some real life things right now. Okay, now, next part. Let me rinse my hands off. Okay. You guys, we keep adding flavor, okay? Our soup is just about done. We are almost there. Oh, it just smells so delicious. So we have the leeks, we have the onions, we have the carrots, we have the parsnips, we have the celery. I mean, everything that you need to make a soup delicious. And this is going to be a very, very, very hearty soup, okay? Now, did you guys think that we were not going to add fresh garlic to this? You know I chopped it. So now we're going to add our garlic. Okay? We're going to add our garlic. And then we're going to add that chicken back to the pot. Add that back to the pot, guys. Oh man. And the juices. So if there's any juices on your pan, go ahead and add those chicken juices to the pot. Okay? Perfecto. Let's stir this up. Ooh, can you guys see that? Can you see the viscosity of this soup? It is already thick, and this is what we want. We want something that's going to be hearty, that is going to warm your soul, that's going to stick to your bones. You know, something that you just eat and you're like, oh my goodness, this is the most delicious ever. I don't want to go out in the cold. I want to sit here and cuddle up with this blanket and watch this movie. This is that. Did you guys get that? This is that. Do you hear me? Yes, it is delicious. So I'm going to cover this. Turn it on high. And now we're almost to the end, guys. It's just about finished. Okay. Now I'm smiling because we have to make it luscious. Now, right now, it's delicious. Okay. In this pot, we have the chicken stock that was made from the chicken thighs and with the bones and the skin. We had leeks and we had onions, and then we went in with some carrots, some parsnips, and also some celery. Right, that is just the heart of flavor. We added garlic, and then we put our chicken back in. And that has been cooking in the chicken stock. So you already know it's delicious, right? It's delicious. So I have to sample it. But now we're going to go from delicious to luscious. And let me show you how that's done. Let me just see if I need to adjust the seasonings in here. So you always taste your food, guys. So right now, it's tasting a little sweet, because the parsnip is sweet, but I definitely need some salt. So, and this is why you taste your food. You always have to adjust your seasonings, because you want the initially. You don't want to taste it, then have to put salt and pepper on it. Then you're like, no. We want that immediately. Salt and black pepper. Okay, that's all we need for right now. I'm so excited for it to get luscious. You guys do not understand. You don't understand what we're about to do here. Okay, that's enough. Now I know it seems like I'm putting a lot of pepper in here, but a pepper grinder, it comes out so slow, but it's cute. Okay. So, ooh wee. Ooh, yes, I'm that excited because I know what it's going to taste like when I eat it. Okay, top goes back on. We're about to make this a luscious. Do you hear me? Now, we are going to add, in a second, we have 1 cup of heavy cream. Now, typically, when I'm cooking and something calls for cream, because I make lighter dishes, I'll always substitute half and half, but not today. We are using cream. 1 whole cup of cream, okay? Someone says, I'm really curious to what makes it luscious. Here we go, okay? So we have 1 cup of cream. And then to this, we're going to add 2 egg whites, okay? 2 egg yolks, okay? Let me show you how to get an egg yolk. You crack your egg. This is how I do my yolks, okay? And you just let the egg white fall out, and then you just go back and forth. Toss the egg yolk back and forth, and then the egg whites. And then, that little white part that sticks, I always go in and get that. But if you go back and forth enough, you're left with an egg yolk. Okay? And that's what we want. We want the egg yolk. We want 2 of them. So we got 1. Drop it right in the cream. Yes, you saw it. Drop it right in there. It's about to be delicious. Let's go to the comments. Hi, my name is Avis from Central Florida. The soup looks delicious and you are beautiful. Thank you, Avis. Aren't you beautiful? Thank you. You're at the perfect timing, you guys. If you're just pulling up, you are making meals with Mika, and I am showing you how to separate your egg yolks from the egg whites, because we are about to make our soup luscious. So you just go back and forth, okay? You have your egg yolk, and you just go back and forth between the shells. And all the whites drop off, and you're left with the yolk. And that little white thing that sticks on there, I'll always get that off. I don't like that part. I mean, you can eat it, but you know, it just don't look good. So I have my egg yolk. I'm gonna drop it in there, okay? And for the record, we drop the egg yolk in our 1 cup of cream, okay? You guys are so sweet, calling me beautiful. You guys are just making me blush. You better cut it out, okay? Now we're going to whisk this. Whisk, whisk, whisk. For how long? You want to whisk this until your eggs are fully incorporated, okay, you guys? Fully incorporated. We are working on our lusciousness, okay? This is what's going to make the soup luscious. So everything is incorporated. Now we're going to do a chef move here, and we're going to do something called tempering. Now we're supposed to put this cold cream. Now remember I said when you're adding liquids, you want to add them warm unless otherwise specified. This is the otherwise specified part, okay? We have cold cream. We have cold egg whites. Now, if we pour this cream directly into this hot pot, it's going to separate. It's going to become clunky, and the texture will kind of be off. It's still going to be delicious, but it won't be luscious. We don't want our cream to separate. So there's a way to do this, okay? Okay, watch my cream. I gotta go get a cup. I thought I had everything ready, you guys. Well, I guess, no, don't worry about it. I was like, I thought I had everything ready. How come everything's not ready? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this hot broth. And when I say a little, I mean a little bit. About this much. About 1/4 cup. Okay, about 1/4 cup. And we're going to slowly whisk the hot broth into here. What is this going to do? This is going to warm this up, right? It's introducing the cream to the soup. This is saying, listen, we know you're not used to this, okay? And we don't want you to get in here and freak out and separate and go crazy. We're going to warm you up a little bit. We're going to give you a little bit of what it's like to be in here so we can have a smooth integration. You see how that works? Okay. So we're just going to whisk. And when I say you got to take your time. Just a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. This is where the love comes in. Okay, this is the love of cooking right here. Just a little bit more. Because we have eggs in this cup. We don't want our eggs to curdle. We're not trying to cook the eggs. You know, eggs are very temperamental. So you just gotta, and there's no way around this, you guys. There's no way around it. This is one of those necessary steps. But when you do this, you can say, I'm cooking like a chef. I am tempering. Did you know I tempered some cream today? You know, listen, you guys can talk like that. All right, and you see, I'm just going a little bit at a time. We don't want to rush it. Okay, we don't want scrambled eggs in this cup. All right, woo! We got through it. We got through it, guys. That's a little, no scrambled eggs. No scrambled eggs. Okay. And now here we go. Okay. We want this to stay boiling. We want it to stay boiling. Okay. And then we're going to slowly incorporate it. Slow. Low and slow, okay? We're not rushing. Don't rush this process. Because we need it luscious, okay? It's already good. It's already good, but we need it luscious. And this is what it takes: patience and care and love. And even when you're cooking for yourself, I hear a lot of people say, when I cook for my kids, I cook with love. When I cook for my boyfriend, I cook with love. When I cook for my girlfriend, I cook with love. How about when you cook for yourself, you cook with that same love too? Okay? Cook with the same love for yourself. So we're just we're just loving on this soup right now. Okay? And I am loving it. We're just loving on it, slowly incorporating the lusciousness. Okay, let's go. Look at that. Okay, someone asked why we're loving our soup, because I still got a little bit and I'm not gonna rush it. But it's coming luscious, y'all. It's becoming luscious. Let's go to the comments. Someone says, are you self-taught or do you go to culinary school? Ray, I am self-taught. All right, the first years of my life, my great-grandmother, which is the best, she was the best cook in the whole entire planet. She taught me everything, the basics, how to make things from scratch. I learned how to make caramel, butter. I learned how to make everything from scratch. And then my mom she passed the baton to my mom, and my mom, she introduced me to all different types of fruits and vegetables, avocado, sugar cane. I mean, we ate everything growing up. So many different exotic fruits and vegetables. Shark. I remember my stepdad bringing home shark. So I just been intrigued with food my whole entire life. And then as I'm growing up, watching YouTube videos, watching cooking shows, reading things online, learning certain techniques. And I just taught myself, come on. Think about it. Think about the best chefs in the world. Who are their inspirations? Their mothers, their grandparents, So yes, I am self-taught and I am proud. We're still making love to the soup, but do you guys see what I mean? Do you guys see? Look at that. At first it was, bubbly and, a little fierce and feisty. And then we added the cream nice and slowly and with care. And it did not break. Like, I'm telling you, this is a feat in itself, not having your soup break. And if it's broken, if it's clumpy. So I want to show you guys the smoothness of this. You guys see that? Can you see that? No lumps, no clumps. This is a very smooth soup. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's almost there, but it's not there yet. Okay, guys? We're almost there. I'm so excited. It can get a little bit more luscious. What is the last thing we need? We have the cream. We have the egg. The egg yolk. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And yes, we can have butter, okay? Butter is not bad for you. It's only bad for you when you use it in excessiveness, okay? But right now, this butter is just smoothing everything out. Ooh. When you get excited to eat, like when everything turns out and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat that. I'm having that moment right now, okay? It is, and the butter, it is something about butter and cream. If you know, it just hit me in the face. The butter and the cream just hit me in the face, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Will you guys see this? And you have watched me stir this soup into something that's just silky and just elegant. And the thing is, this is a Belgian stew. So this is a very humble pot of ingredients, okay? We used root vegetables, carrots, parsnips, right? We used leeks and onions. And then we also used celery. We use chicken thighs. We use heavy cream. So we use very humble ingredients to make this extremely elegant, sophisticated, heartwarming soup. I'm just going to let this, spend some time together because we've been interrupting it. So I'm going to let this cook for like 3 or 4 minutes, right? We just want everything to come together, and we are going to plate this up. Now, this is where you can start getting your bread together. So this will be perfect with like some nice, crusty bread that's nice and soft in the middle, because you got to dip it. If you want to use crackers, like I'm old school, sometimes I love crackers with soup. You can use crackers with this. I am low carb focused this week, so I'm not going to do any crackers or anything. However, I do have some almond flour tortillas. I might toast up a couple tortillas for that. And then after we plate it up, it's just time to eat it. I have one more ingredient. You're like, what? Another ingredient? But this is just to top it off. Just to add the finishing touches. And it's nice and bubbly. And this is lemon. What lemon is going to do, it's going to brighten everything up. So I'm just going to add the juice of half of a lemon. And I'm doing it upside down so the seeds won't fall into it, or you can use your hand to catch the seeds. But we're going to do a half of a lemon. And that's just going to put the finishing on top of it. Okay? That's what the lemon is going to do. Put the finishing, this is delicious, on top of it. Are you guys ready to plate this up? Let's plate this up. Let's plate this up. I really appreciate you all hanging out with me today. Like, you guys have just made me feel amazing for this chicken waterzooi soup. And who knew that you like Belgian food? You guys didn't even tell me, but now you do. All we're going to do is we're going to take a ladle, okay? And we're going to go in. You guys, look at this. I want you to get the good view. Come on, look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to ladle it right here so you guys can see. You guys see that? And you see the texture of it, it's thick. It's thick and hearty. Okay? This is for if you just got home and it's hot, it's freezing outside and you want something to stick to your bones. Oh, don't even worry about it. Here's some chicken waterzooi. Move this out the way. And then, because we always eat with our eyes first, okay? We always eat with our eyes first. So yes, we want our soup pretty. Okay. I have the little, remember the carrot tops? Remember the carrot tops? Let's see, someone says, don't throw that lemon away. Put it in your sink while you're doing your dishes with the hot water. It makes the kitchen smell heavenly. Somebody just put me onto game. Thank you for that. I have never heard that. Okay. And because we eat with our eyes, we're going to take some of the little carrot tops that we chopped up. And we're just going to sprinkle the top. And that's it. If you guys want to, shred some Parmesan cheese on top, you can. Make you some crusty bread. It's up to you. But this is chicken waterzooi soup. Okay? This is a Belgian, oof, look at that. A Belgian creamy chicken stew. And let me taste it. So I want you guys to see this. Do you see that? Do you see? And then do you see how everything is aligned? You see? That's why we work so hard on those vegetables. And this is thick and hearty. This is sticking to your bones. Let me go in and I want to get a little bit of everything so you guys can get my reaction. Okay. Let's see here. Mm. 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 That's like 5 mms. You guys, this is delicious. It's just the first thing you taste are the parsnips. They're a little sweet, so you taste this sweet, like starchy texture of the parsnips, and then the carrots. You can taste the carrots, and then also the celery. They go really, really well together. And then it's creamy and thick. So you're tasting the cream and the lusciousness from the butter. And you know, even though this is a chicken soup, the chicken it isn't even the star. It's delicious, but it's not the star. Everything in this dish is the star. So here we go. Chicken waterzooi stew. I really enjoyed you guys hanging out with me. Thank you for this impromptu meeting. Y'all pulled up, y'all came, y'all hung out with me. I go live every single Wednesday, and this is what it's like. We're making delicious, hearty, healthy food using the meat method, and we want to make sure that everything gets an mmm. And if you cook using the meat method, it's definitely going to get that mmm. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central, right here in my kitchen. Come cook with me. See you guys later. Bye-bye.